Hi, this is Ryan, aka Soulier, back with the second video in the electronic Raga series. This is a video about the second layer for the Raga, and if you want to start at the beginning, just go back to video 1 where we talk about the first layer, and I go into a little bit of detail about the structure and instrumentation of a Raga. So for this video, we're going to focus in on this second layer, and to do this second layer, which creates the bedding, it's kind of another, I guess, another droney pad that sits beneath the melody. And for this, we're using a few different modules to create it. The first one right here is the Mutable Instruments Tides. And what this is doing is it's got 4 outputs on the bottom, and those outputs each put out a division of a chord. And so if I turn the mixer up, you're gonna hear a chord. And similar to the multiband resonator, the division of these notes can be spread out. So if I turn up this shift level, if you turn it clockwise from 12 o'clock, you're going to get a major chord division. Do that again. If we go counterclockwise, it's going to go into a minor chord division. And this actually works well for ragas because there are some ragas that are done in what might be considered more of a minor tonal chord, and then there's some that are a major. And for the Raga Kalyani, which we've been demonstrating, we're going to be using the major chord divisions. Now, the spread again can be modulated, so we've actually got a, let's pan down to it over here. This here is the Monome Arc, and this can serve a variety of functions, but it hooks up by USB to a eurorack module over here. You can see there's a USB cable going in, and essentially right now this is functioning as an LFO, low frequency oscillator, and there's 4 controls for 4 separate LFO outputs. And if I start turning these around, you're going to hear that chord starting to get spread out. And it's just trying to remember which one it's. So you can hear there's actually a few different modulations going on there. This second ring here is controlling the spread. This one here. So if I slow that down just a little bit, it's going to slow down that spread. Now the other thing we've got going on here is a module called Just Friends. And so this is another modulation unit, and it's unique in that it has a row on the bottom that can all work interdependently separately or independently, but still sequenced. So you can see there's a bit of a pattern going on here with which the lights are getting triggered. And essentially that's an LFO, and that's opening and closing a voltage controlled amplifier, or VCA, which is just down here. So 4 of the outputs from the Just Friends are going into 4 of these VCAs, and each VCA is controlling 1 of the notes in the chord being output from tides. Now if I go back here and I turn up the speed, let's turn up the volume here, turn up the speed, it's going to open and close those VCAs faster. And you can hear this is in stereo. So we've got 2 of the notes from tides going into the left channel, and 2 of them are going into the right. If we spread out the chords a little further, it's a little more obvious about what's going on there. And we can slow this down. Now, it is running through some effects. It's going to run through the Intellijel Rainmaker here, which is a fairly comprehensive spectral rhythmic delay. It's a stereo delay. So we've got 2 notes going through the left channel and 2 notes going through the right. And this is on a preset called Reverse Swell. So if I turn this up, it's a very nice sort of subtle effect that keeps it musically interesting. So I'm just going to turn this up a little. Another modulation we have going on is one of the LFOs coming from the Monome Arc is affecting what's called the smoothness of the tides, and this is just changing the waveform a little from sort of like a sine wave to a triangle. So now I'm just going to turn up the first layer that we had earlier. So these 2 layers work quite well together to create quite a comprehensive, quite a complex pad layer on which we're going to start working in a rhythm and a melody. So just to recap here, our sound source is tides being modulated by Just Friends through a VCA, and other modulations coming from the Monome Arc, and then ultimately going through the Intellijel Rainmaker down here and out to the mixer. So that concludes the second video. In the next video, we'll look at 2 more layers. One of them being a bass drone, which is quite a simple component really, and and also a quantized random melody, which is coming from a Turing machine. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.